Well, we've got everyone sitting down just in time. Birthday boy, David Brooke from Sport24, celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday. You deserve this after the exercise.
Thank you so much.
I'll get Katlejo to sing just now.
He's very good at that.
Yeah, he's very good at
I
that.
get to blow out my candles.
Yes, you can.
One go, eh? You only get one chance. Oh.
Look what fitness does to you.
Yay! Well, we're going to cut a
Well
piece
done,
just now, but let's get
Brilliant.
straight into the sport. Do you
Yeah.
watch rugby, Thinus?
Absolutely, yeah, it's my game. I'm a South African, I think
You're a
all of
Stormers
us.
fan.
I'm a Stormers fan, eh? Born and bred.
Well, it's a big weekend for the
Stormers all
Stormers.
the way.
Yeah.
It's a massive weekend for the Stormers. We've now got the Crusaders in town again. You know, I don't know if you remember last time what happened with the Crusaders in town. They were
I watched that game with you.
Exactly. You know, so there was a couple of there's a lot of Cape Town. There's a nice piece of
Exercise.
chocolate cake after exercise.
Chocolate cake.
This is my kind of
Guys,
gym.
do this at home.
This
Really,
is
eh?
really my kind of gym, I must say. So anyways, the Stormers have got the Crusaders in town this weekend. They played the Sharks over the weekend, and the Sharks were just totally outplayed. I think the travel finally got to them. You know, it's no joke, that 36-hour trip to Nelson in New Zealand, and it was just too
Don't
much.
blame it on the trip.
No, I think, you
Come
know what?
on.
It's a combination of the Crusaders just too strong and the Sharks were just too tired. So now the Crusaders get a trip back to South Africa, and let's see if they can, you know, if they're going to feel the effect just like the Sharks did.
I can't
So-
believe Thinus Bierman's eating cake on espresso.
Yeah, but he's
I
going to
mean,
burn
after
this off.
fitness.
He's going to burn this off in one session later on. So problem is, I'll take this to the rest of the Sport24 guys, and they're not burning off anything.
And then talking about rugby, the Currie Cup, there's some news on that the
Yeah.
weekend, and some sad news as well.
Yeah,
rugby
you know,
sad news.
that's, just going to the Currie Cup first. In last couple of seasons, there's been 8 teams, and if there's a lot of mismatches in the Currie Cup, you know, there's a lot of guys losing 112 and all the funny scores. And I think, you know, Saru just said, okay, we need to make it a strength versus strength competition. So from 2012, it's going to be 6 teams in the Premier Division and 8 teams in the First Division, which means that the Southern Kings, who are supposed to play Super Rugby in 2013, don't get a place in the Premier Division, which means that there's a bit of a political ramble now about that. So interesting times ahead in Saru. And, you know, Joos van der Westhuizen, unfortunately, some not great news for him this weekend. He's had treatment for the last month for motor neuron disease. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked.
He's
so
apparently gone overseas.
he's going overseas, exactly. He's going overseas with the help of the SA Rugby Legends Fund, you know, who look after the former players. And he's going to go to America and see if he can get any treatment over there.
And then this weekend was Wimbledon.
Yeah, Wimbledon's it's heating up. You know, a couple of the big names still there. Most of the big names are
That's
still
my
there.
game, eh?
You look a bit like Rafa Nadal. You got
That's
the
my
guns
boy.
like him.
I'm telling you, I'd love to go out with him and have some Corona, señoritas.
Now, if you had to give him an exercise tip, I mean, he's a fitness freak. You know, the guy goes from clay courts to grass court within a matter of weeks. So, like,
He's fantastic.
What
eh?
would you-
He's in another league. You know, tennis is a lot about explosive power. So
Yeah.
what definitely I would recommend is explosive squats, hand-to-eye coordination, explosive lunges. You know, everything very much on the go. If you could have a whistle and quickly beep, and he'll run, stop, because it's reaction time in tennis. You know,
Yeah.
you got to get that ball. He smacks it. You got to go for it. So you got to be alert. Definitely an exercise where you can increase your alertness.
yeah,
Awareness?
He's actually, you know, he's going to have to be fit because he's got a tough match against Del Potro this week. So in the 4th round, so Del Potro coming back from an injury, he's a great player. You know, he could trouble Nadal. Murray's still looking. He's kind of cruising along at the moment. He's also got a tough game against Richard Gasquet. He's a Frenchman. So, you know, hopefully on the women's side, Serena's talking the talk. She's really looking good.
Yeah.
But I want to see Caroline Wozniacki actually win. She's the world #1, but she never won a Grand Slam title. So there's pressure on her to win it. So she's great. If you're following her on Twitter, she's an avid Liverpool supporter. She's very
I'm
cool.
always for the underdog too. Eh?
Exactly.
And then Formula One this weekend.
Yeah, Formula One, it was another Red Bull victory. You know, another race, another Sebastian Vettel victory. He's won 6 out of the 8 races now this season. Fernando Alonso in front of his home crowd in Spain, he came second. And Vettel's teammate Mark Webber came third. They now head to England, to Silverstone, to very historic racecourse circuit. And it's, yeah, you know what, Red Bull dominating. And it's it needs something to make it a bit more exciting, some challenges, you know. But doesn't seem to be coming. Vettel's streaming away
Red
with
Bull all the way. Who
Red
do you
Bull all the
support if it's the F1?
Oh, I've gotten out of F1 for
Ferrari.
the last year.
Yeah.
It's just, but now with the Red Bull coming in, it's quite an interesting, different
Yeah, they've
take
taken
on
over.
things.
Ferrari need to come back to make the sport a bit more exciting, you know. And I think in any sport you need a rivalry to make things exciting. You've got Federer versus Nadal in tennis, you know. You need somebody to really
Yes.
challenge Vettel. Otherwise, it just gets boring at the end of the day.
No one starts
it doesn't-
watching.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying no one starts watching. Everybody stops.
Exactly.
That's where
Tour
the
de
money
France
goes.
coming up next weekend.
Yes,
so
I can't wait for
that's
that.
a rivalry
That's
that's going to be
something
interesting. A couple of the, Contador's going for another victory, so it's going to be great. Garen will preview that on Friday, though.
You probably will. Now, behind the scenes rivalry, talking about rivalry, the two of you had rivalry the last 2 weeks here on Expresso behind the scenes, daring each other to do each other's sport and fitness. How do you feel after that?
Fantastic. I might actually do cooking next week.
I'm with you
Cooking
there.
and sport. Guys, just take over our show. I like it. High five. Thanks for joining us. Thanks
Thank you very much.
for being good sports about it.
I'll be in the back crying.
Now, talking about a challenge, imagine 7 days, 18 challenges around South Africa. Take a look at this.